Hello friends, welcome back to our channel. So today we'll see one more concept in our computer networks, that is IP datagram packet. So in our previous session we have seen what is the use and what are the functionalities of IP, that means Internet Protocol. So that is mainly used for routing and addressing, right? So now we will see what exactly mean that IP datagram packet. Yes, let's start the session. So here IP datagram is itself is a packet. Okay, so this is a packet which we want to transmit towards the receiver, and this is a combination of both the IP header as well as the data. So the IP header as well as data. So it is having a two fields. This packet will be having a two fields, and this is the data which comes from the higher layer goes to the lower layer. So to that particular data we need to add this IP header. So we will be focusing on this particular IP header. Okay, now so what are the different fields that are available in this IP header? So we'll write here. So the first one is a version. The first field is a version field. So it represents which IP version it was using for transmitting the packet. Either it is a IP version 4 or version 5. So here the size to represent the version is a 4 bits. 4 bits. And the next one, IHL. IHL stands for internal header length. So it will give only the header length, okay, not the packet length. So packet length means both the header as well as data. But here IHL means only the header length. Only the header length. So this IHL, the header length will be a minimum of 20 bytes and a maximum of 60 bytes. Minimum of 20 bytes and maximum of 60 bytes. Okay, only this one, the length of this one. Okay, the length of this one. And to represent this header length, it also requires 4 bits. It also requires a 4 bits. And the next field is type of service. Type of service. So this type of service means in our previous sessions we have studied about the quality of service. So in order to provide the reliability of a packets, I mean without any error loss or without any delay, without any jitter. So we have seen 4 parameters in the quality of service. So regarding the type of service, that based upon different type of applications, the quality, I mean the service parameters will be different. So this type of service indicates the quality of service. It depends upon the application which we are forwarding. So this type of service, in order to represent, it requires 8 bits. 8 bits. Next one, total length. So this total length means the complete length of IP header as well as data. This is the total length, and this is the IHL. So I'll write here. This is the IHL. This is the total length. Okay, the total length means the complete header as well as the data. So in order to represent this total length, it requires 16 bits. 16 bits. So actually the IP header is represented in terms of words. So this is the first word. First word. So word means 32 bit. Word means 32 bit. Okay, this is the first word. And the second word. In the second word, the first one is identification, which requires 8 bits to represent. So we know that if the data is very large, that data will be fragmented into different parts. So the packet, the fragments, each fragment of the same packet or for same data will be having the same identification number. So to identify the original IP packet, to which IP packet this particular fragment belongs to, right? So that is the identification of fragment. So it represents 8 bits. And the next one, flags, 3 bits flags, 3 flags will be there. So these flags are mainly used to know whether there is a fragmentation or not. So if the data require fragmentation, if it doesn't require fragmentation, so that will be represented by using these flags. 3 flags will be there. Okay. And the next one, fragment fragment offset. So this indicates the fragment, the current position of the fragment in the IP packet. So as we said that the complete data will be divided into segments, so that we call it as a fragmentation. So this identifies the correct position of the fragment to which IP packet it represents. So for this, it requires around so this is 16 bits and this is 13 bits to represent the offset. So this is second word. So this is a second word. So it is also 32 bit. And the next one, TLL. The one first field is a TLL. TLL means time to live. Time to live. So as we have discussed in our earlier session, the packets will be transmitted from one router to its all neighboring routers. So how long the packet will be transferred or transmitted to the neighboring routers. So in order to avoid the looping, this time to live, TTL, not TLL, time to live. This time to live will be used. So initially the time to live will be set with a few number, one number, and once it visit any other router, immediately the value of TTL will be reduced by 1. So whenever the TTL becomes 0, the packet will not be transmitted forwarded. Okay, it will stop transmitting the packet in the network. So in order to avoid the looping, this time to live will be used. So this is 4 bits. And the next one is the protocols. So we know that every layer will be having their own protocols. So the data which we are sending in this network layer, so all this will be happens in the network layer. So the data from the network layer will be sent to the upper layers. So in the upper layer, which protocol this particular data have to be sent, that information will be available in this particular protocol. So that means higher level protocol to which the data should be sent. So here also it is 4 bits. Okay. And the next one is a checksum. Okay. So actually this is 16 bits. And this is 8 and this is 8, I think. Okay. Yeah. So checksum. So this checksum will be used for error detection. This checksum will be used for error detection. So we know that the checksum, some value will be evaluated and that will be attached to the packet and actual data, and that will be sent to the receiver. Again, the same checksum value will be calculated at the receiver side and it will be compared. When it mismatch the checksum is done, that obviously that some data loss has been done, right? So there is some error. So in order to detect the errors, this checksum will be used. And the next one, source IP address. source IP address, which is 32-bit. We know the 32-bit. If it is a 32-bit, we know this is a IP version 4. So this particular thing is a IP version 4 header. IP version 4 header. And this one is a third word, and this is a fourth word. And the next one, obviously for every packet, there should be source IP as well as destination IP. 32-bit. So this is a fifth word. Okay, this is a fifth word. So source IP, destination IP. And then, and the last one is a options. This is an options, and this is an optional field, okay, which will be having the sender route and receiver routes, right? So optional field, this will be 40 bytes. Okay, so this is a 40 bytes, right? So this implies this is the complete IP header. Okay, IP header, not the without the data. So the header length, see, internal header length will be of minimum of 20. So minimum of 20 bytes. So here you can see this is an options. Okay, this is an options and optional. So apart from this, this is a 32-bit, this is 32, this is 32, this one is 32, and this one is 32. So total 5 words, we can say 5 words, that means 5 into 32, so which is nothing but 160 bits. Okay, these are mandatory, these complete 5 words are mandatory. So that's why we are saying minimum is 20 bytes. 20 bytes means 160 bits. And next one, maximum. What is the maximum? If options were also there, obviously it will be 40 bytes. 40 plus 20, that will be 60 bytes. Hope you understood. This is an optional one. So apart from this, it is 20 bytes. So this is a mandatory for every packet, for every IP packet. So if you include these options, obviously the maximum size is 60 bytes. So that's why the header length will be minimum 20 and a maximum of 60. And all these things is just an IP header, only the IP header. And that data is completely different. So here we are not including any kind of data. So data is a variable. Size. So the IP header is this one. This complete portion is the IP header. And this complete thing, we call it as a IP datagram. IP datagram or datagram packet. We can also call it as a datagram packet. So hope you understood this one about IP datagram or a packet, IP packet. So we are having a 5 words. Okay, each word is divided with a different fields, version, internal header length, type of service, total length, and next identification, flags, fragment offset, and time to live, protocols for the upper layers, checksum, and source IP address and the destination IP address. So here we are saying the packet will be sent to the receiver, so it requires the unique IP address, destination IP address. So once the packet has been sent, in order to perform the mutual communication, the sender will receive some data from the receiver also. So the source IP address is also mandatory. For every packet, these two things were compulsory, we need to give source IP address and destination IP address, and this is an optional thing, right? So hope you understood this IP datagram, which is in the network layer. Okay, so yes, I will stop here, and if you are having any doubts regarding this one, feel free to post your doubts in the comment section. Definitely I will try to clarify all your doubts. And if you really enjoyed the session, like my session, share my session with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching. Thank you very much.